Welcome to Deep Conversations Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, and today this is special for me because I love hip hop, and I just love battle rap, and it's good for the culture. To me, he's a legend. You know what I mean? He's one of the best battle rappers that ever done it, in my opinion. And I'm happy to introduce. Go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody.
Goodz, man. My name is Goodz. Some people know me as Goodz Da Animal. Slick Toe God. That's about it. If you know, you know.
It's I've over the years I've watched you battle rap and defeat Cassidy. Just to name a few. So I want to start with you. And when did rapping start for you? And what was your inspiration?
Rapping started for me when I was young, like real young. These like the older dudes in my building used to rap, and I used to always see them rapping in like the staircase, and I used to always be like, "Damn, I want to wonder," because it was like that was like the cool thing to do. Like for them, I used to, you know what I'm saying. So it's like if you could get in that staircase, you nice. Yeah. Like if I could rap with them, I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they made it. So that was always like my goal coming up. And they didn't even know I rap. You know what I'm saying? So I still remember my first rap to this day. That's crazy. But I wrote my first rap and I probably was like, man, I want to say maybe 8.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So I wrote my first rap and I wrote it with my man, and we like we in school. We used to say it, so we kind of like a group. So you say it to your boom. So I've been rapping all that time, and then years go by, they still was in that staircase. Like just any day, I'll be coming home or late night maybe, or not late night, but maybe like 7, 8 o'clock. My mother send me to go get something from the neighbor or something, and I'm going, and I walk by the staircase. I hear them in there, and my man D Bug, who is actually down with me now, he had a talent. Like he used to be able to make the beat on the door and rap at the same time.
Got you. Yeah.
So that was like incredible to me. I'm like, wow. So I used to be able to do that, and then I remember one day somebody told them that I rap. This is years later. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably like 12, 13 now. So somebody told them that I rap. And I'll never forget my man Straw. His name was Straw. He came and knocked on my door, because they used to do it right on my floor too. He knocked on my door. He like, "You rap?" I'm like, "Yeah." He like, "Let me hear something right now." So I start rapping. Boom, boom, boom. So he like, "Yo, you nice. Like, you been rapping this whole time?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I just been waiting for this moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? So then he like, all right, when we all in the staircase, I'm gonna come knock on the door. I'm gonna bring you in there. I'm gonna tell everybody about you. I'm gonna bring you in there. You just gonna rap. I'm like, all right, bet. So surprisingly, I never was scared of like the big moment. Like I went in there and I rapped, and they all was feeling me. And then from there, that was their group. They had a group.
Okay.
Then from there, I started. I was like a part of their group. I was just like the youngest. They used to, every time on the staircase, they would call me to come out. Let me hear what you got new. And that's how it started for me, man.
Yeah. So it's you've me watching you over the years, in a lot of the rap battles, like you just said, you never was afraid of the big moment. As I, going back and looking at some of your battles, I'm like, you never get caught slipping. You know what I mean? Like there's a rap. Everybody's got their different styles, but no matter who it is that you're up against, and no matter how strong they rap is, it's like you never. It's just in you. Just that, I don't know. It's something I can't. It's weird to explain.
What it is honestly is just staying true to yourself. I think a lot of people get rattled and stuff like that when they don't know how to be they self 100%. You know what I'm saying? So what I believe in, and since I was young, I was taught, is to be yourself. you can't be nobody better than you can be you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You can't be better at being me than me, or I can't be better at being you than you. So if I could be myself, I could be 110% every time. So and these dudes I go against is incredible. This is not we talk about battle rap here. We talk about the top dudes in the world. These dudes are like incredible at what they do. But
better
I think just
a lot
me,
of the rappers out here.
Right. So I think me just staying true to myself doesn't allow me to break, because I'm just being me. I just know how to go up there and be me, and I'm gonna give you me, and that's it. So I think that helps me a lot in that aspect with everything. Yeah.
Now you being in the rap game for years, how do you stay up on your craft? You know, especially when the rap game is being flooded by so many people who want to rap.
I think that's when ego kicks in. You know what I'm saying? I think like my ego don't allow me to like nah, I can't fall off, or I can't slip on my craft. And another thing is me thinking like this is a God-given talent.
Exactly.
I don't want to waste a talent. Like some people, let me not say some people don't have a talent, because somebody's talented in something. They could be hanging pictures on the wall. Exactly. You might not do that way better than me, but when you find some people don't find what their talent is, or don't know what their talent is. So the fact that I know exactly what my talent is, it's just hard for me to kind of slack off it. I don't ever want to hear, Goodz fell off, or he ain't the same, or and I carry that with me. I carry that with me, and just the way I present myself, period. As far as the way I look, you know what I'm saying? The way I talk, the way I am around people, I carry that with me through everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And before we switch gears into the entrepreneur lane, what are some of your thoughts on or what's your opinion on like rap leagues versus rap battles?
What you mean, like rap, like the leagues, the actual league?
Yeah, like it's kind of like because I feel like when you watching a rap battle, it's a lot more authentic. But then when you like when you see like some of the leagues, for example, like the NBA got you got players, and now it's so much money involved that you're not getting the full authentic self of the NBA players. A lot, they kind of take a lot off, you know what I mean? And
I get what you're saying.
Those rap battles are a little bit more authentic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that happens with every sport. I feel like now the good thing with battle rap is you can't make it but so commercial. So you know what I'm saying? So, but I think when we start getting paid, and as it got bigger, it got to a point where now it is a little more commercial than it was, but you kind of can't take the gritty out of battle rap. If you try to take it completely out, it just ain't gonna look right. So I think battle rap is just a place where it gotta be gritty, and it gotta be kind of real. You know what I'm saying? To a certain point. Yeah.
Now, transitioning over to the entrepreneur lane, it's kind of the same as the rap battles, because this business can get real grimy and real gritty sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially, when I was reading up on some of your stuff, you jumped into the real estate lane. You had a vending machine company. Can you talk about some of that for me?
Yeah. So the real estate, I found the way, and my cousin was doing it. I'm a person that if I see you doing something and it's working, I want to learn about it and see if maybe I could do it. So my cousin was doing it first, and I jumped into it that way. And it was good. One thing I learned what real estate is, it was a little harder for me because I didn't just have 500,000 sitting there, $1 million sitting there just to do a bunch of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A bunch of houses or units at one time. So I had to do it where I got one unit I got to focus on and do 5,000 hair, 2,000 hair, 3,000 hair. You know what I'm saying? So I did like, I think 2 or 3 maybe. And then I say, you know what, this ain't, and that's another thing. You got to learn something might not be for you at the time too. And that's something you got to know. So I felt like, all right, I made a little bit of money in this. I don't have enough money to really do it how I want. So I'm gonna double back to it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna double back to it. I'm gonna try something else. You know, you got to find your niche. I did vending machines. I knew somebody that was doing vending machines. I learned all about that. And I said, all right, I'm gonna do vending machines. I bought my first vending machine. I said, I'm gonna buy my first vending machine. I bought my first vending machine. And I had to find a location.
That's the hard part right there.
Right. So I'm like, oh man. So then I finally found one. And my first location was actually my daughter's school. I talked to the principal. I went down there, talked to the principal. I said, this is what, no matter of fact, I actually knew the principal. I mean, I said, I knew the principal in that school. Okay. I had a meeting with her, talked to her, and she said, and then they didn't have no vending machines. She like, all right, let's do it. And that was my first spot. I put a vending machine. And after that, I got like 4 warehouses. I got 2 more schools. I had a barber shop. So I had about good 15 locations. And then vending machine work is real tedious. So I don't have the time to really run around and go fill them myself and do that. And it's hard kind of hiring somebody. You could, but it's hard kind of hiring somebody. So I wound up selling that company. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I sold that company. And then what else? Then I think after that, I think that I did a cologne.
Okay. Yeah, the cologne. Yeah, we was talking about that off before we jumped on here. Yeah, talk about that cologne, man, because that's
so I did a dope line. So I'm gonna give you the whole story on that real quick. All right. My man Bones, friend of mine named Bones Bagante. You know what I'm saying? He actually did 106 in Park. He won that the whole joint. He was like a star on there. Yeah. Yep. So he been into cologne, like hard, right? So he used to buy cologne. He used to tell me. So I used to be like, yo, yeah. He used to be like, yeah, I just spent $400 on this cologne. I used to be like, $400 on cologne. I know. So I used to curse him out. Like, you stupid. You dumb. You spend a $400 cologne. Like, wow, you know. Now, mind you, I was always into smelling good though. So I always had my little cologne and stuff like that, but I wasn't into it like $400. Right. You know what I'm saying? My cologne might be $100 but $400 is like, you're bugging. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So one day I go pick him up. He comes down. He got on this cologne. As soon as he got in the car, I smelled it. I loved it. I'm like, yo, what is that? So he like, it was called Tom Ford. It's Tom Ford Noir. Yep. Right. I know exactly what it's called. Tom Ford Noir. So I smell. I'm like, I gotta have that. I don't care how much that costs. I need that. Yep. He like, I said, how much it cost? He's like, nah, it's this around like $130. You know, I'm going to get that. Next day, I went straight to get it. When I get in the cologne, I smelt it. I'm like, all right, I just don't smell the same on this paper. It smelled good, but it don't smell the same. But this got to be it. I know it's it. So I'm like, this is it. So they was like, you want to try to smell this Tom Ford Noir Extreme? I'm like, yeah, let me smell that one too. I don't know about, I'm not into cologne that much. So I'm like, yeah. So I smelled that. I'm like, damn, this smell good. Yeah. So now it made me stray away from the one I initially went to buy. Yep. So I'm like, so I wound up buying the Tom Ford Noir Extreme. When I left, the next day I said, nah, but I want that other one. I liked it. This caught me right there, but I still want that other one. I went back and bought the other one. So now I just bought 2 in 2 days, right? $130, $140, 2 in 2 days. And that started me from there. So as I got more into it, I realized the price of some of them, if I pay $300, $400 for a cologne, the smell is more unique, and it's gonna be something a lot of people don't have on. So if I come around you, you ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh yeah, you smell like my brother Johnny," or "You smell like my sister boyfriend," because they got the same colognes everybody buy. Yep. So I start getting into that, and I'm always a person that wanted to be exclusive. Like I don't want to smell like everybody else, or everybody doing that. I don't want to do that.
I don't want it. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me start going into the higher colognes now, because it's like everybody ain't gonna go spend $250 on a cologne. Yep. Everybody not gonna spend $300, $400 on a cologne. So I'm gonna go do this because everybody gonna do this, and I'm gonna smell unique and different. So once I did that, now by the time I turn around, I got 60 bottles of cologne.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, I got 50, 60 bottles of cologne. And I'm like, I want to do my own. Because I know now I know the notes. I know what go with what and what I like. Mm-hmm. And then I said, you know what? I said, like I was telling you, we get caught up in saying what we want to do and not doing it.
Right.
Somebody say what they want to do and say and got the perfect time in their head for the next 20 years. And the perfect time is doing it. The perfect time ain't a perfect time. It's never a perfect time.
Yep.
So I said, I'm gonna do it. I looked up the spot, found the spot, boom, went, made my own cologne, and it came out so good to me. I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm putting this out. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I dropped Slick Talk Leather on Black Friday. And man, the support I got off it was so crazy. I promoted it to that Black Friday, and then the support I got off of it was so crazy. It's like I kind of jumped the gun. I kind of came out with a new one in February. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had 2 out by February, and it's like I should have just pushed that a little more, but man, I did that. Then I wound up doing another one 4 months, 3 months later. It just, I just was, you know what I'm saying? And I'm up to 4 colognes. So I got Slick Talk Leather. The second one I came up with was called Chocolate Leather.
That just sounds like it smelled good.
Yeah,
though.
You know what I'm saying? It smelled like chocolate and like leather, that good high-end leather mix. The third one I came out with is called Gentleman Sturdy.
You know what's crazy? I don't mean
which is a battle term.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I've seen that I've seen that somewhere, and I just, like we was talking, you was like, you know, people buy it and they don't know the scent, and I seen that just with that name. I seen that, and that might be yours, and I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
Well, I'm in the colognes too. You know what I mean?
Right.
As I've got older, I'm 30. I'm 39. So I've got
me too.
So I got into colognes now, and I'm like, it's a different thought process now. When you, like we was talking, and you were saying, you know, we're in the fashion and stuff like that too. So all that goes together with it. You know,
hand in hand. Right.
Yeah. So, but go ahead with what you were saying with the
the third one I came out was called Gentleman Sturdy, which is a battle term. And then and all of them kind of comes from battle rap. What I try to do was base it on what I'm doing and what I'm into. For instance, Slick Talk Leather. Slick Talk is kind of like my slogan, what I do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the first one. The Chocolate Leather came from, I had a battle with a guy named Head Ice, probably my very first battle on camera. And I had a chocolate brown Pele leather on.
Damn.
So that's why I named it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So chocolate leather, it came from that. Then Gentleman Sturdy is a battle term. You know what I'm saying? So that came from that. And then Elevator is basically, the last one's called Elevator, is basically saying I'm going to the top, I'm going up. So in battle rap, they say where you at with this one? You on the top floor, meaning where your bars is at. Like, are you up here with it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. So I named the Elevator for that reason. And that's the last one I came out with, Elevator. So I got 4 out right now. I got 4 out. I got the body oils to go with it. I got beard oils. I got that beard oils and all of them to go with it. All that.
Yeah, so, I gotta hit up that website, because when I was looking at them colognes, it's a funny story. I was looking at your Instagram yesterday, and there was a small blue bottle of
Oh yeah, I try to support. Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, what? It was a small blue bottle, and you was like, I couldn't stop laughing. I had to look at it like 3 or 4 times, because you was like, you opened it, you was looking around, you was like, did I drop the rest of the cologne somewhere? Yeah. And you
because what it is I battled a kid recently named Easy, the block captain.
Okay.
Who is dope, up and coming. You know what I'm saying? He's like the new dude that's on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? He's fire. I I battled them, and I was the first. I'm the first one in battle rap to create a cologne.
Right.
So after the battle, he started pushing a cologne. I'm like, you got a cologne, and the problem with us is, and I'm saying us as color.
Yeah, right.
And it's messed up to say is, but we don't want to pay homage or show love. And it's like with me, I don't have too much pride to, if somebody did something before me, to ask them the steps, because I don't want to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
If I could limit, what I'm saying,
yep,
the mess up part, then I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I could limit the chances to take so to get it wrong. I'm gonna do that. So he just came out with a joint, and he was kind of a little cocky about it, and it's like, all right, cool. But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna support. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it from you. I bought it. And even though I bought it, showed him the thing, I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got it. And that's what I got. I just showed what I got.
Yeah.
Just to be funny, all in fun and jokes. But if you're going to do something, it's also saying if you're going to do something, you got to do it right. I had to learn the hard way too. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, I was putting bottles of cologne just in bubble wrap bags and sending it, and it was breaking, and all I had to replace it. So I had to learn too. So I stepped up to, now mine's coming up by a nice box with the stuff in it, the presentation, everything is right, because you got to learn that. So I was just trying to show him like the presentation ain't right. I got these boxes is flimsy, kind of bent up, and so I was trying to tell him that. But anyway though, but he's a dope battle rapper, man, and he's working. So I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah, I was now that you've been in the business, with the cologne and everything like that, what because I know, you being an entrepreneur, I've noticed, through reading everything that you kind of do everything. You do the whole process of the, of the colognes. Like you sit down and you figure out the scents and all that, and you go through all the smells and all that kind of stuff with your colognes.
Yeah.
So what, what's the scent that you find yourself kind of usually, gravitating towards, in all your colognes?
Like what I like?
Yeah.
Well, what I like is I like gourmand smells, which is like food, chocolate, vanilla.
Yep.
I like leather smells. So like anything like that, chocolate, vanilla, caramel, all that mixed with like a leather is incredible. I like leather smells. I also like tobacco smells. So those are like 3 smells I know I like. So if those are kind of in any of the like the scents in a cologne, I'm probably gonna like it if it's used right.
Mm-hmm. What inspired you to kind of leverage your brand and push your products?
More of not ever wanting to work for somebody. Again, I mean, the last job like I actually worked for somebody I had, man, was maybe 17 years ago or something like that. And I'm blessed to say that, you know what I'm saying? But in order to do that, you gotta find a way. So younger Goodz, I didn't even understand, the game on how to turn your fans or people that like you for rap into supporters and be able to push something. I didn't know I wasn't even thinking about that. As I got older, I figured that part of the game out, and that's what helped me. And everything I said I wanted to do, I just did. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me saying, and it's trial and tribulation. You're going to try some stuff that's not going to work. I did a bunch of things that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I just found the niche that worked for me, and I start using what they know me for, and don't come out of that box and give them what they know me for. So when you see me do, they know me for fashion, maybe for looking good, for presentation. So it was easier for me to sell a cologne because of that, and I used that so I could give them a good product of what they know me for, so they could relate. As I said, fashion. So that's why I came out with a sneaker. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I learned to stay in my box of what people know you for, and that's all good marketing. You got to figure out what they like. If they know you for smoking weed all day, then come out with a weed strand. Like it's not figure out what's your niche, what they like you for, and then use that to give them something they can appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I learned. And but it's more of not wanting to work for nobody. That last job I had, it was 17 years ago, and just having somebody over you that feel like they could be having a bad day. This is what happened with me. Somebody came, I was working, you know what I'm saying, I had a job. They came in, I had a supervisor. It was a lady. She came in having a bad day. She kind of was a little funny towards me anyway, because I was a little more urban. She was like a Yugoslavian lady or something like that. And she came in having a bad day, and she kind of like snapped at me, and I had to put her in a place. Listen, miss, you know, like, I'm a grown man. Approach me like one. It doesn't matter. I don't really, you know, you my supervisor here. That's cool. But I'm a man after, you know, out of all this. Yep. And that's the problem with people. People think they over you, so they gotta. And it wasn't like I wasn't doing my job or nothing like that. I can understand that, but
they start thinking they're warden.
Right. Yep. So she laid me off. Matter of fact, she laid me off, and since that day, it was either that or no. After that, I tried to get another job. I actually got another job. I went somewhere else, and I had a similar issue, like with another supervisor that was a guy who came in on, had a bad day, and he was like yelling at everybody and and he wound up, I stayed away from him because I know how I am. Yeah. And he wound up, he wound up, I don't know if he wound up saying, he said something to me, like something that, you know, yelling at son, and I had to check him. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? And after that, they laid me off. They laid me off there too, or he fired me or something just for that. And I said, from that day, I said, I will never ever work for nobody again. Yeah.
And kind of going back to what you I knew when I started this podcast, it was something my grandmom used to always say, you know, your voice, you gotta go and try to go on the radio or go into something, you know what I mean? And it was I always wanted to do it, but it was just the unknown. So I just kind of procrastinated on it a little bit. So when I started this, the jobs I had, I'm like, this is easy for me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that just comes natural. So it's like the jobs, I'm like, the more and more I did it, I'm like, this ain't right. These other jobs. But then going back to what you were saying about, you know, people and the product, I'm learning that, you know, you're the brand. You're the you know, you're the walking brand, and you have to, in order to make it work, like you said, you got to brand yourself and whatever it is. And like you said, and I want to jump into your sneaker line because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I see you got the pink slick walks in the back. We was talking before we started about those, but what does that mean to you, and what initiatives do you have going on with that?
Well, I actually, you know somebody, well, let me not say somebody, my aunt had breast cancer, you know, and she beat it. So for me, that was like, you know what, I'm doing a sneaker Breast Cancer Awareness coming up. Let me do something to try to get back. So I created this so I could donate, you know what I'm saying, some proceeds to a breast cancer awareness organization. And I'm actually looking for one now. You know, I got in touch with like one or two. So if you could point me in the right direction, or you know anybody, let me know. But I'm looking for one now, course. and I wanna you know, just give some proceeds to them. And that's what I came out with these pink, all pink. Fire. I love this. This is like one of my favorite colors, man. Like, you know, guys think they can't wear pink, they be scared. But pink, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like salmon.
Just is fired.
So this is the pink one. These just came out. I got the ribbon on so you can see it. See the ribbon on there.
I'm gonna put all this stuff too, all the website information and everything in the description, because we're gonna get them joints.
Yeah. So, and you know, it's for a good cause. Like I said, you know, you buying them is not going, you know, going to waste. It's not just going to me. I want to give back to. So when I finish with all of them, I'm gonna give, you know, some money definitely to one of the breast cancer awareness organizations. I want to give them a good amount too. So, and that's it. I got these are white pair I came out with right before those. These are called 3DM white slick walks.
Joints look mad comfortable too, man.
Yeah, they that's what they made for. Like, as I got older, right, I started liking the wear sneakers I could just slip on my feet. I don't like none of that shit. Like, I can slip my feet and go. So, and then I got into working out. So I'm like, I want to create a sneaker that's so comfortable to feel like you almost got them on your feet. So I went back and forth to get these, and I got them finally to where I want them. They only weigh 1 pound. They weigh like 1 pound or something like that. So when you just slide them on your feet and you go and feel like you got nothing on your feet. These right here, this right here is so soft, like you can almost squeeze it. You can almost push this in and squeeze it. That's how soft this is. So it really feel like you can wear these the whole day and it feel like you got nothing on your feet. And I can kind of guarantee those would be the most comfortable sneakers you put on. Like I can kind of guarantee that. I'm into sneakers. I'm a sneaker dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be able to compete comfortable wise with everything. Like Yeezys is super comfortable. Mm-hmm. And Yeezy, I might have Yeezy beat, man. You know, it's like for real. So, and I'm not just saying that, yeah.
Yeah, they like you were saying that, you know, us being around the same age, it really is like that. Like now, all I'm concerned about with a sneaker is how comfortable it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously you want it to look a certain way, but if when we was, you know, coming up, we wore sneakers. Them joints could be uncomfortable as hell, man. You gonna wear it, but now, if it ain't comfortable and light, I ain't putting none of that on my feet, man.
Right.
So that's it. So what? I usually ask all my guests this, but you know, since you started rapping, and then now moving into the entrepreneur lane, what have you learned about yourself mentally and spiritually?
Mentally, well, both that I'm strong. Like I learned that if I want to do something, I can do it. Mm-hmm. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I always think God. I'm a person that I really believe in God, and like when I wake up, I say thank you, God, for everything I got. I know I'm blessed. Like every time I wake up, because I feel like it got to be something guiding me through life and the things I'm doing, and it'll help me even change my life around. You know what I'm saying? And show me certain doors to go in, and kept me out of doors I shouldn't have went in and stuff like that. So this really showed me that. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely showed me that if I want to do something, I can do it, because I've done it 3-4 times now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And what successful off it, because you could do is one thing with doing it, and there's another thing with being successful off it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with everything I did, I pushed, and I was successful of doing it. But I feel like if you do something you really want to do and put your all into it, you will be successful off it anyway. It's just about putting your all into it. So yeah.
I think the one thing that I've learned, and just being in business and learning some different things, a lot of people, they want it right now. You know what I mean? They're not willing to go through the process and just learn as you go. You know what I mean? Because it can be some valuable stuff that you learn along the way. And a lot of people, they're doing it. I mean, they just want, if I'm doing this, I want the check. I want this kind of money. Right. And it's like, just take your time and just enjoy all of that, man. Because this process it can be rough sometimes, but it's when you look back on it, it's everything you needed, you know what I mean, to go through to get to where you at.
Right.
So where can everybody reach you on social media?
Instagram, Goodz Da Animal. That's GOODZDA Animal. And that's mainly where I'm at. I got a Twitter too. The Real Goods. Everything spelled out the way it's supposed to be. But if you want to check out like some of the stuff I got out and stuff like that, I got a site called nothingbutgoods.com, and I also got an app called Nothing But Goods. It's in the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. It's everywhere. You can get it everywhere on your phone, and it's called Nothing But Goods. The app and the site is called nothingbutgoods.com. So check me out.
Got you. Look, man, I appreciate you for jumping on this podcast with me, man. It was a pleasure. Like I said, I've watched you over the years, and it was a blessing to have you on here, man. And I appreciate you.
Let's get it going. It was a great podcast, man.
You're on YouTube, baby.